Hello and welcome. Around 200 people have been wounded in clashes between Palestinians and Israeli police at Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa mosque compound. We're getting those figures from the Palestinian Red Crescent. In one incident, an Israeli car struck a Palestinian protester after it came under attack by demonstrators. Now, this latest escalation in violence does follow 3 nights of confrontations over the possible eviction of Palestinian families from their homes in occupied East Jerusalem. And to add to the tension, Jewish nationalists are due to hold an annual march later on Monday to celebrate Israel's capture of East Jerusalem in 1967. We have some live pictures right now for you of East Jerusalem. The clash is centred around the Al-Aqsa mosque, which sits in part of a complex which is one of Islam's most revered locations and which also houses the Dome of the Rock, where it is commonly held that the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. It is also the holiest site in Judaism, known as the Temple Mount, where the Western or Wailing Wall is located. Visitors to this area have been, for today, banned. They're not allowed to go. Let's take you straight to Jerusalem and join the BBC's Tom Bateman, who is there for us. Tom, can you confirm for us what is actually happening right now inside the Al-Aqsa mosque compound?
Well, in the compound itself, I mean, if you look behind me here, you can see the Dome of the Rock, the mosque, with the black roof there to the side. Now, I mean, I got here before 9 o'clock local time, and in what had always been feared to be a day of extremely high tensions, things and confrontations were already starting. As I came beneath the walls of the Dome of the Rock here, heavily armed Israeli border police had entered the compound. They were firing volleys of stun grenades at Palestinians on the plaza there, who were throwing stones and other objects at the police. Some of those confrontations then appeared to enter the mosque itself, and over a period, I would say, of 2 to 3 hours, there were then continued clashes. The Israeli border police were trying to push the Palestinians out of the compound, and they did at various points. People were congregating around Lion's Gate here, where further stun grenades and water cannon were used against the Palestinians. Some were running through the Muslim graveyards here away from that. And then we had this incident, Lucy, that you mentioned just in front of Lion's Gate, where Palestinians were throwing stones at an Israeli car, which then seemed to lose control, careered into the pavement, and a man was hit there. Injuries on both sides there, but nothing more serious as far as we understand at the moment. And as you say, hundreds of Palestinians reported hurt so far. The Israeli police say 9 of their officers also wounded, and the Hadassah hospital, one of the hospitals in the city, says that 5 Israelis taken there with minor injuries too.
Tom, given that so many injured, tension so heightened right now, is there any chance the march this afternoon will be called off?
I'm not sure about called off, because, you know, thousands of people have already descended towards and into the old city ahead of that march. This is an annual event that Israelis mark the anniversary of the capture of East Jerusalem in the Middle East War of 1967. There is an element of that always, which is right-wing nationalist Israelis who march with flags through Muslim areas of the old city. That is always seen by Palestinians as a provocation. In the past, we've had anti-Arab slogans and Palestinian property vandalized. So given the confluence of events that was merging towards today, there were always concerns that that was going to be a real focal point in this volatile mix. And you can hear now some more stun grenades here as the call to prayer at the mosque. And I think the Israelis had allowed more worshippers in, but after some more clashes, more of them have been forced back out.
Tom, thanks so much for updating us from Jerusalem, and we'll be returning there later in the programme as well. We'll be going live to the Sheikh Jarrah district that we've been talking about to speak to a journalist there. But Tom, for now, thank you so much.